Alright, just piggybacking on the end of the last part. But yeah, it just, I don't know, I don't hate DC or anything, but it's, like, the fact that, like, a lot of the characters are just ridiculously overpowered, I feel, it makes it hard to relate to them a lot of the time, and I don't know, I like it when characters are, like, powerful and all that, but I feel like there's a point where it kind of just gets silly, and it's not entertaining anymore, at least for me. I don't know. I don't know if that's an unpopular take or whatever, but that's how I feel anyway. But I feel...
I think after DC in general, it's just no, after the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general, I feel like that's become a popular thing with everyone, is the fact that a lot of the characters just seem to have a lot more to them than just being the same, like what's the best way to put it for characters like Batman, who are just like rich, like he's like rich boy who lost his parents, became a dark avenger for justice.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen much in terms of like his like development of his kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing I've really seen is what do you call it? The only thing I've really seen from like mainstream films, like from recent memory, is in Batman vs Superman. He fucking kills people, which is not supposed to do according to the comics, unless he's one of these alternate dimension versions of Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I've also heard like that DC movies are like very hit or miss. Like Batman vs Superman, I've heard that like that movie's just not very good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert with this like comic book hero stuff, but like, yeah. I just think it's important to make like the characters relatable, or like make it so like there's some kind of tension with like, oh, are they gonna actually make it out okay, or are they all that kind of stuff. But like when they are just like ridiculously overpowered, like it just, you don't really get that, I feel. I don't know.
No, I mean, when you I think Tony Stark was a better example of like the rich boy loses his parent like trope a lot better.
Yeah, I think the thing with Batman as well is the fact that like, yeah, he's like a normal human, but I feel like they also make him like a bit like ridiculous with like the stuff he can do. Like it's the whole Bat God or whatever the term is, where he can just kind of never lose, or like it just, I don't know, it's just
he's always prepared for every eventuality.
Yeah, it's like
nobody is prepared for every eventuality. No one in fucking history has ever been that prepared.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he'll be fine if he like
has more prep time.
Yeah, has more prep time, and it's just like that's
that's always something. If he loses in death battle, is that people say, oh, if he had prep time, he would have lost. Yes, but that's his weakness. He needs prep time to be able to win.
Yeah, and that's such a boring ass argument as well. It's like, oh, if the character that lost had more time to prepare for who they were facing, like they could have won. It's like, bruh, I hate that argument.
It's always a stupid argument, but because it's like, it's unrealistic to think that every single fight that a character's going to be in is going to have prep time.
Yeah, it's like sometimes they're just thrusted into a fight with no warning, and they just have to roll with it and like try to come out fine. Like, yeah, you can't.
A true test of character is when life throws something at you that you're not prepared for. How you deal with that is the best judge of character.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think it'd make Batman. Oh, there's the smash cut. I think it'd make Batman a little bit more relatable if they showed more of him being able to just deal with having to deal with shit that just gets thrust upon you.
Yeah, because like that's what makes like a lot of the Spider-Man movies so good, because like yeah, he's like Spidey's like really strong and fast and all that, but he's not invincible. Like he struggles a lot, so it makes you like actually feel for the character and want him to succeed. And like again, it makes him like relatable, because like yeah, like these, the fact that they also specifically made him have a lot of like personal life issues as well that like the everyday man can relate to, and yeah, it's just making it so like the character isn't like perfect and you know like struggles a lot. And I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this tangent, but like
I think I can build off that though, to be fair, because it's like in a lot of Spider-Man origin stories, like it shows you what kind of a person Peter Parker is before he becomes Spider-Man.
yeah,
but then you've got like characters like Superman, whose entire origin story is he's one of the last children of Krypton, which is basically his home planet.
right.
And it feels like a lot of his charm is what he is, instead of what kind of a person he is. I mean, yeah,
right.
he chooses to use his power to protect Earth, but it's like it doesn't come off like that a lot of the time. It just feels like this last superhuman child of an ancient planet.
Okay, yeah, I think
long gone.
I think I get what you mean. Yeah, because like the reason we like so many people like Spider-Man is because of like the character itself and not so much like what he is. I mean, that definitely helps, but it's not like what makes him work. Whereas yeah, like Superman is like, yeah, it's just he's an alien from another planet or whatever, and it's like that's
it's fine.
Kind of it.
That kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of and you didn't get out of the way, Peter Parker.
Yeah, he just kind of. I like how he just kind of slides across the floor really awkwardly.
I can't.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like I know it sounds like we're trashing on DC a lot, but we aren't. But I feel like it just gets to a point where, yeah, I just wish that there was a lot more depth to the characters.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's basically how I feel about it as well. Yeah.
Like in the animated universe, is the best. I think is the best the characters have ever been. Because what you've basically got is nice. Because it shows like developing relationships between all the characters.
Yeah. I think an animated series also has the benefit of just more like longer. What is it? Yeah, it has the benefit of like being like a longer form way of storytelling or whatever, as opposed to like a movie or something. You have the benefit of like being able to slowly build up the characters and form the relationships. Also, nice dodging, mate. Cause I've never actually seen the Batman animated series, but everyone talks about how that's like really good. So maybe I should watch that at some point. but like, yeah. Yeah, this guy can be a bit of a pain. Yeah. Yeah, I if people watching this like DC, then like, but I don't want to make it sound like we're just hating on it, but yeah.
So, Superman's always been a bit tricky to me because, like, in some ways he's been written really well, and then in other incarnations he hasn't.
Yeah.
Like, there's I was watching a few video essays about how the animated series portrayed a lot of the DC characters as like seemingly as actual fucking characters. And I have to say, I really want to get watching these cartoons now.
Yeah, because again, I've never really watched any of those, so maybe what I'm looking for would be in those like shows. But yeah.
I mean, if you ever want to do a watch along after at some point, then I'm down. I just need to find out where what the best way to experience it all in like chronological order is.
Yeah, I suppose so.
He wanted information.
DC. Okay, I might look for that. What?
Assembled all the parts, but he's still not able.
It's the last thing I expected to happen today, but
device. It amplifies the bioelectric energy in living beings.
Why not?
On Electro, it'll make him a
We're
god.
always looking for good things to watch.
You have to stop
True.
him, Spider-Man. But how do I stop him, Doc?
DC
What's he missing? I don't know what it
animated
is. Dr. Watts kept all the secret notes about the final phase of the project secret. Go to her lab. It's on the other side of the complex. Thanks, Doc. Whoops.
Hold where you are, Spider-Man! Failure to comply will result in the use of force!
Sorry, boys and girls, but I don't think I'm gonna let you arrest me today.
so I guess the the police are like still like trying to hunt down Spidey after the first game, because like they're kind of because otherwise they're kind of just here with like no real explanation.
It's always something with Spider-Man. It's the fact that everybody that he always seemed to have some beef with Spidey.
Yeah, because in the first game, like the police think that
Those red tracking lasers must be giving
Spidey
my
was the
position
one
to the
that
drones.
like
I don't take them offline, I'll never get to
was
Dr.
it like
Watts'
stole
lab.
something or whatever.
Like it just felt a bit weird because in the MCU, it didn't take Spider-Man being hunted down by the police until like the third movie. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm used to.
Already at full health.
Fucking J. Jonah Jameson trying to ruin Spider-Man's image.
Yeah, I love the fact that they brought in J.K. Simmons for that though.
Oh yeah, I don't think like in live action anybody else could play a convincing J.K. convincing J. Jonah Jameson like J.K. Simmons.
Oh yeah, you can tell, like especially in the Sam Raimi movies, you can tell like how much fun he's having with the role.
There was I think there was a Spider-Man comic continuity where Spider-Man and like Peter Parker and Jameson went into a partnership where Jonah was like investigating stuff and Spider-Man did a lot of the heavy lifting. And that I think they actually came to understand each other a lot more through the partnership. Because I don't know if anybody's reading the comics, like just going through like a marathon of that particular comic, you'll probably know what I'm on about, or there might be a spoiler. But Sandman was Sandman's body was actually deteriorating a lot because of his powers.
the bad guy, would it?
And he ended up in a hospital somewhere. I think it was like an exclusive hospital for like superhuman individuals. But what happened was he was dying after encounter with Spider-Man. Jameson wanted to know more about it, about the incident, and wanted to interrogate him. But all Peter Parker wanted to do was just be there in his final hours and let him and at least let him be at least a tiny bit happy before he goes. I was watching a video on it, and it was actually pretty fucking saddening. Like the comics go on lots. So
I've never heard about this. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Jameson was. It was. I think this was a point where Jameson was still getting used to Peter Parker's ways. Like Parker is a fucking hero in not just in every fucking sense of the word.
Right.
Well, in this continuity anyway, because Sandman was one of his enemies, and it was still there with him, trying to make his final hours, like on a beach as well. Took him to the beach to let him just sit there and die.
I kind of want to see this now. This is.
He wanted to save him as well. He wanted to save Sandman, but they were just like, no, it's my time now, and everything like that.
Oh wow.
And honestly, you know what? I was watching that, and I was just silent. I didn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, that's like one of those kind of stories where like you kind of just soak it in. You don't really need to say anything.
Like, yeah, it just reminded me of.
What happened in here?
Oh, speaking of Sandman, I think we're gonna fight him
Damaged.
in a second.
Let's go.
Bingo! I'm in.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I haven't really read a lot of comics, but like,
Sapphires.
yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, now I see. Where is anyone going to get a jewel that size?
Let me find it.
Just my luck. A construction site. Hey, wait a minute. Sandman is vulnerable to water, and that looks like a water pump. If I can get the pressure high enough, maybe I can make mud pies out of our little friend here. No more pressure!
Yeah, I just need to use water.
Yeah, like I remember fighting this. I remember this fight.
Yeah.
It was in that moment when I just figured out, hey, just fucking soak him.
Yeah.
Science, bitch.
Yeah.
It's weird. When Sandman gets wet, he's vulnerable. No more pressure!
I guess going back to Spider-Man specifically, what I don't know. I get. Are there? Is what? I assume you've seen like all the movies and stuff.
I haven't seen all of the original, but I've seen Spider-Man 2,
Okay.
Spider-Man 3, which I watched with you guys. You were there for the.
No, I wasn't there. I know that much, but I do remember that you guys watched Spider-Man 3 at one point.
Yeah.
That movie just kind of makes me laugh.
I didn't think it was that bad, and I'll die on that fucking hill.
Was that the first time you saw it?
What, Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
Probably for the first time in a while.
Right. Yeah, I watched all the movies recently as well. I know I at least watched Spider-Man 2 and 3 as a kid, but like I don't remember I don't remember what I thought about them at all back then. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Spider-Man 3 is definitely I definitely say it's the worst of the trilogy, but I do think it has a lot of things going for it. I don't think it's like an abomination. The movie game is, but that's another story. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think Spider-Man 3 is like the worst thing ever. It has problems, but like, you know, I think there's worse out there.
Yeah, so I've seen Spider-Man 2, a bit of Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 3. I've seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but not 1.
Oh, okay.
And obviously I've seen all 3 of the Spider-Man MCU movies. As well as all the Avengers stuff he's been in.
I actually enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man 2 a fair bit. I was surprised because like a lot of people say it's like the worst one, and I don't know. I just didn't think it was that bad.
Get wrecked, Stanman.
Yeah, boy.
Bye, Mr. Marco.
Hey. Yeah.
Nighty-night, Sandman. Looks like security's made it to the lab. I think I got what I needed anyway. Huh? You gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be
Great.
kidding
Just
me.
great. Well, I could hope that Electro can't read, but I guess you could have someone do that for him. Hope I'm not too late getting to that museum. What do I do about the doctor, though?
Speaking of
Electro
Jameson,
probably
hi
still
Daily
needs the doctor
Bugle.
to show him how the device
Yeah.
works, so she should be safe for now.
He doesn't make an appearance in this
Let's
game,
hope Electro's
unfortunately.
as dim as he looks.
Oh, hello.
End apart.
End apart, yeah. So, yeah, well, anything that we need to finish off talking about from this part, we'll cap it off next part, I guess. But I think
Yeah.
we've got like 2 more parts. This one and part 7.
Yep.
Oh, nice one. We've managed to get through a fair bit tonight then. Right
Yeah.
then.
Right, see you guys next time.
Take care, boys and girls.